could jump in, Max, you're bringing up an interesting point, which is that there's a certain aspect of Bitcoin that's really an emergent truth. Like, it's not necessarily intuitive that, for instance, you shouldn't diversify into a whole bunch of the different projects, or that you shouldn't, follow some of these mainstream finance type rules. And you really do have to learn by making mistakes in order to get to kind of this ultimate place where, Bitcoin, it sounds religious to say like Bitcoin is this, there is no alternative, but in actuality, like, you only learn that by making mistakes and figuring out that they're really, everything else is just a short burst trying to get more BTC, right? And so I guess my question to everyone, and whoever wants to jump in first, let me know, is how do you bring your audience through that kind of process when, especially, when we're just talking about Bitcoin on our channels, we're focusing on what's good and what's true. And yet you're kind of watching them make these mistakes that you could totally, help prevent. What's the frustration there? Do you do things actively to try to prevent that?
Yeah, so there's two things, right? There's two components to your question, right? Which is what I call, what you just described is called the learning curve, right? And I have the luck and the privilege to do a podcast. So I talk to Bitcoiners from all walks of life, from Casa to small plebs, to homie plebs, to big time plebs, to other Bitcoin companies. And about 85 to 90% of them have all gone through shitcoinery, right? So I call it like this feedback loop where like everyone does this loop, right? Where they start and then they come to the realization of like, okay, Bitcoin's the place to be. And to the second component to your question is, and I know that BTC Sessions does this. And man, you have to play back. You have to use their tricks. You have to use that thumbnail. You have to, tailor your SEO so it pops up. You have to kind of, and I know this sounds kind of cliche, but I'm going to tell you anyways. Casey Neistat was this big time YouTuber, and he did this video that I'll never forget. He says that it was a total clickbait, but he says clickbait is okay. And he explained it really well. He says, clickbait is okay as long as your content is good, right? So getting someone through the door is the biggest, and just to add to what Max was saying, you have to make that sell. You have to get someone to click. Once you get someone in the video, then you could do whatever you want, right? But people have all these options, thousands of options, just getting pushed by the mysterious YouTube algorithm. And your job as a Bitcoin YouTuber is to tell that person through a little tiny thumbnail, my video is worth 5 minutes of your time, right? And once you get them catched, right, that's when you have to start delivering. And I think that Max has been doing this for so long, he just does it by second nature at this point. But I know that BTC Sessions has learned this lesson doing the videos that he has. And I know that Keep It Simple Bitcoin, man, you do the same thing. You do tutorial videos, right? Some of my best videos on my podcast or on my other YouTube channel, Not Simply Bitcoin, are my tutorial videos. And it's because people need to see that content. So I got sick and tired of it. I got sick and tired of all these clickbait, altcoin, shitcoin, whatever. And I was like, enough is enough. BTC Sessions he has the vlog / lifestyle / awesome thing covered. Keep It Simple Bitcoin has the awesome tutorial covered. Who can I team up with, right? That's a Bitcoiner that I could just play the same game that they're doing, but hopefully get some of the people that are falling into that feedback loop, right, that I was describing earlier, and speed up the process. So hopefully they could just take a shortcut and not have to get wrecked, right? And follow the advice that BTC Sessions was talking about, like the diversified crypto portfolio. Hopefully, through the content that me and Coin Icarus are making, hopefully, we could kind of manipulate somebody to just skipping straight to Bitcoin. And I know that word sounds horrible, and a lot of people, they talk about how bad toxicity is on Twitter and blah, blah, blah. And man, that's not true. Toxicity will save you a ton of money, right? So man, that's it's a necessary evil. I'll just say that.